Yo, how's it going, guys? My name's Sinister Skater. Welcome to the channel. We are finally getting around to the first Armory analysis for Modern Warfare. Today we're going to be going over everything you need to know about movement speed and how to run faster in the game. The order that this video is going to be structured in, I'm going to go over some of the tests I did to get this data in the beginning. Then we're going to go over every single movement speed for every single weapon in the game and how they fit into their little separate categories. The modifiers for movement speed, so that's the things that'll help you run faster. And then at the end, I want to share some before and after data for those of you that are interested and want to stick around, because I actually started working on this video before they did an update like a week or two ago where they changed every single weapon movement speed in the game, and I pretty much had to restart from ground zero, which is really annoying. But it is interesting to see how they change all that, and you'll see that at the end of the video. So this video did take a long time to put together, did take a lot of work, so if you could please and kindly drop a like on the video, drop a comment, share it with other people. It would mean a lot to me. So let's get started. We're going to start with movement speeds. The first thing I want to make sure everyone knows is that the rate at which your operator will run at is based on the weapon that you have out at the time, not your overall class weapon weight, which was a thing back in Modern Warfare 3. I don't think it's been a thing since, but this is an Infinity War game and it is on a new engine, so I was skeptical if that would be a change for this game, but it's always going to be based on the weapon that you have out. So to get the following data, what I did was I went to Ania Palace. The one thing that this map is good for is having really long lanes for you to sprint and time things very easily. So I went to this part of the map and I started my timer in post-production as soon as I started sprinting on the certain frame, and then ended it when it hit the certain frame on the other side of my little course. And I recorded all the data. What follows, you're going to be seeing my little spreadsheet I have on the screen right now with every single freaking weapon number in the game. But to summarize this data, the pistols and the combat knives run at the fastest. We'll call this 100% sprint speed. They ran my course in about 9 seconds. Next fastest would be the SMGs and the Origin shotgun, which ran the course in about 9.3, 9.45 seconds. They run at about 95% speed of the fastest speed. Next on the list is the ARs, the shotguns, and the marksman, which all ran in about 9.6 to 9.85 seconds, which calculates out to be like a 92, 93% of the fastest speed. And then lastly, we have the LMGs, the riot shield, the snipers, and the launchers, which all ran the course at about 10.35 to 10.65 seconds. And that's about a 85% weapon movement speed. And then we have an outlier at the bottom, which is the MG light machine gun, which ran the course at 11 seconds, which is an 80% weapon movement speed, which is the slowest weapon in the game. The fastest, again, being the pistols and the combat knife. So I'll have all that data on the screen right now to recap. There's 5 weapon movement speed categories, and there are a bunch of outliers and ways you can modify the weapon, which moves these things all around. But the RPG runs slightly faster than the other launchers. The Dragunov runs significantly faster than the other snipers. As I mentioned, the MG34 is significantly slower than the other LMGs, and the SA87 is significantly faster than the LMGs. It runs about assault rifle speed. The Mark II carbine is a bit faster than the other marksmen. The Origin runs significantly faster than the other shotguns. It's at SMG speed, which I think I mentioned in my times. Really cool for that weapon. And then as for SMGs, PP19, AUG, P90 run a little bit slower than some of the fastest in that class. And for the assault rifles, they're fairly balanced. The M4 and the M13 run a little bit faster. I think the most notable is the Scar, FR, and Odin are a bit slower, but it's not too slow. It shouldn't be something that you should be noticing too much. So now that we have a good understanding of weapon movement speed in this game, let's go over how you can make that faster. So first things first, tactical sprint, new feature. You double tap the sprint button and you run a bit faster. This lasts for 2 seconds and it is on a cooldown, but you have to stop moving for that charge to reset so you can tactical sprint again. This is best used tactically, which is in the name, where you can sprint in and out of cover, recover yourself, move across the map. I tested this with the Kilo AR, which has a base movement speed of 9.7 seconds in this course. With tactical sprint, it ran the course in 9.4 seconds, which brings it up to about SMG speed. The next way you can run faster is with Dead Silence, which is a field upgrade. This makes you silent, but also makes you run faster. Probably the best way to run fast in this game. It lasts for 15 seconds and can be reset every time you get a kill, so you could technically run faster for like a minute straight if you get a lot of kills. And it brings the Kilo up to the fastest weapon movement speed in the game, which is that pistol and knife range. It ran this course in 9 seconds with Dead Silence on. The double time perk obviously will make you run faster. What this perk does is it doubles your tactical sprint duration. So instead of sprinting for 2 seconds, you sprint for 4 seconds. And this again brings this up to the same exact speed as Dead Silence on this course, where you run it at about 9 seconds. So that's right, Dead Silence and Double Time have the same movement speed for this course at least. But overall, I would say Dead Silence is probably the way to go if you want to run the fastest. Because if I made this a 15-second course, I would reach the end with Dead Silence on, because I'd be running at a faster pace for 9 seconds longer. So again, it depends on which way you're trying to move fast. If you want to run long distances, you want to use a light weapon, Dead Silence once in a while. And if you're trying to run short distances and just kind of weave in and out of cover, Tactical Sprint will be your best way to go. But you can combo these things, which some of you may be wondering how those speeds factor out. So if you do the combo of Dead Silence and Tactical Sprint at the same time, the Kilo ran this course in 8.6 seconds, which breaks the fastest weapon speed of about 9 seconds in this game. And then you have the Holy Trinity, which is when you combine Dead Silence, Double Time, and Tactical Sprint, which shaves like 1.5 seconds off in this environment. The Kilo ran this course in about 8.2 seconds, and it originally ran it in 9.7 seconds. Now, the other way you can modify your sprint speed is with attachments. They do affect your movement speed, and some of the attachments will note that it has a negative or a positive impact on your movement speed in the little stat chart. I kitted the Kilo out with the heaviest weapon attachments in the game. I believe the barrel, the grenade launcher, and the drum mag all brought the movement speed down, and with those 3 attachments on, it brought the Kilo to the slowest running weapon in the game. It was about 11.12 seconds to run this course, which is slower than the MG34. So you got to keep that in mind when you're picking your different attachments. And vice versa, when I used the lightest attachment, which I think it was just the no stock attachment for the Kilo, it brought the Kilo sprint time up to 9.35 seconds, which is in that SMG range. So do be aware of what attachment you're putting on your weapon if you're trying to run fast. So to recap, the fastest way to sprint in this game, use a pistol or a combat knife. Always swap to that when you want to run fast. Dead Silence in general is the easiest and fastest way to go, but if you want to be super duper fast, the fastest way that I can think of right now is using the Holy Trinity, which is Dead Silence, Tactical Sprint, and Double Time with a pistol or a knife out at the same time. So that's everything you need to know about movement speed in Modern Warfare. You should be dominating the battlefield with this knowledge at your hand right now. I do want to go over some of the before and afters of the movement speeds after that update. I think it was like 1.07 or whatever. I'll throw up a side-by-side chart with all my data on it right now so you can kind of compare and contrast. But overall, what that past update did, if you guys are interested, was make everything run at a faster movement speed, but they also tuned some of the classes and weapons movement speed. They closed the speed gap on a majority of these classes, while at the same time further distinguishing the class movement speeds from one another. So for example, the pistols and the knives, they're all under one roof, where before, the M19 for some reason ran a little bit faster than the others. The Origin shotgun and the M4 got toned back some. The SA-87 got toned back a tad while still being faster than the other LMGs. But I think the most notable change was that the launchers got significantly sped up to be in line with the sniper rifles, and the Joker got tuned up some more so that's no longer extremely sluggish compared to the rest of the launchers. But the MG34 is still super duper slow. And also the attachments have more impact on your speeds with this newest update than before. The heavy attachments make your guy run way slower, while the light attachments, it doesn't give you a speed boost quite as much as it did before, but you still run super duper fast. I think that's pretty much the basic points to take away from the before and after update. I just found it interesting. I had the data on hand. I don't see other people having the data, so I thought I'd share that with you guys if you're interested. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. Get subscribed for more Armory Analysis content in the future. If you guys want to see me take a look at something in Modern Warfare, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll definitely consider it and probably end up doing it. I wanted to look at some of the aim down sight speeds with all these different sights, recoil, stuff like that. But if you have any other things in mind, let me know down below in the comments. But yeah. While you're down there, check the link down below in the description for 10% off control free as well as cool in-the-game apparel. You also have my Amazon and social link down there in the description if you want to shop through that link. It helps support my channel that way. But again, thanks for watching, guys. My name's Skater, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.